and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone has been having a lovely year in 2018. This is my first time to do a voiceover for one of my time-lapse videos, and I've been waiting to do it for a while. I've kind of been procrastinating because I've had kind of a nasty cold earlier this month, and it's taken me a while to get over it. So I do apologize if I still sound a bit off, because I do still actually have a bit of a cough sometimes and some mucus from that cold lingering even now. I'd like to say in advance, if this doesn't seem natural to me, it's because it's not. I'm a very introverted person, and I don't do a lot of talking, and I've always kind of disliked hearing my voice recorded as well, so this is a bit out of my comfort zone. But I've noticed a lot of people in these art videos and speed paints and time-lapse videos where it's very popular to have the voiceovers with the artist talking, and I myself enjoy watching those type of videos, so I felt like I should give it a shot, and that it may come to feel more natural if I keep doing it. Hopefully you all find it enjoyable and don't just find my voice annoying. In this digital paint, I decided that I wanted to redraw an Inktober drawing from earlier in 2017. I did the drawing of Vanellope from the movie Wreck-It Ralph and made it into a fan art mashup with the Soot Gremlins from the Miyazaki movie Spirited Away. I really like both of those movies, and I'm a fan of Studio Ghibli and Pixar, and I just really love the concept. Something in my mind just kind of made a connection between the Soot Gremlins, who in Spirited Away ate candy sprinkles, and the character of Vanellope von Sweets, who lived in a world totally made out of candy and has similar looking candy sprinkles in her hair. It just seemed to work together, and both Vanellope and the Soot Gremlins are really adorable characters. But I have to say I wasn't terribly happy with how my original Inktober drawing turned out. I made a lot of mistakes with the face, mostly on the mouth and the eyes, and ink is not a very forgiving medium to work with as far as fixing mistakes. Digital art is a lot more forgiving as far as fixing mistakes. So although when I drew the original Inktober drawing, I tried to kind of make my mistakes look like it was part of the style I was drawing in, but by the time I had finished it, I just really wasn't happy with it, and I made up my mind that I would definitely redraw it later digitally. I'm honestly much happier with how the digital version turned out. The only thing that I kind of think is a little weird is that I did add curls to her hair on one side on Vanellope's face, which in her actual Pixar character, she doesn't actually have curls in her hair at all, but I think it happened because in the original drawing, which you can see I used for reference, I tried to make her hair look a little windswept, and for some reason when I drew it, it just ended up being curly. But it is actually kind of cute, and I think it adds to the cuteness of her character a bit. So I think it's good not to totally copy from your references anyways, and give your art a little bit of its own flair and style, even if you're doing a fan art piece. So I think I decided that I think it looked okay like that, and it doesn't really bother me too much. I'd like to talk a little bit about what I used to create my digital art. For this design, I used a program called Fire Alpaca. It's a program I've been using for a little while now, and I really like it a lot. It has a lot of the same features as my old version of Photoshop, which is Photoshop 6.0, which is what I've always used to use a lot. But Fire Alpaca has a lot nicer brushes than that old version of Photoshop, and I think the line work is a lot smoother as well. The program is a free program, and you can download it yourself if you'd like. I will leave a link in the video description below, and if you'd like to try it out yourself and have some fun trying out digital art, or if you are yourself are a digital artist, it's a lot of fun to work with. I find I like the watercolor brush a lot because it has an option on it where you can change how much the colors blend together when you are using different colors on top of each other. And it makes for a really natural, painterly feel when you're shading and blending your colors in a piece. Another thing that's nice is this program has layers, just like in Photoshop, and you can save your files as Photoshop files if you want to go back and forth between programs, or if for some reason you're submitting art to a contest or something and it needs to be a Photoshop file. You can save the files as Photoshop files, but you can also save them as PNGs and JPEGs and all those other kind of files as well. I also did use a drawing tablet for this. The tablet that I am using is a Huion 610 Pro. I got this tablet back in October of 2016 for my birthday, and it still works really, really well. It's been holding up really nicely so far, and I have to say I love it a ton. I used to have a Wacom, or Wacom, I don't know how you pronounce that for sure, but tablet before this, but I got it way back in my junior, senior year of high school when tablets had just kind of come out, and they were kind of a new thing, still in development, but because they were so new and it was such a cool idea, they were still really expensive. So my old tablet was a lot smaller, and I also have to say the pressure sensitivity stopped working on it, which was a real bummer, because any digital artist will tell you one of the greatest things about having a drawing tablet is the pressure sensitivity. It makes a big difference in the quality of line work that you can get, and it makes a big difference in the art that you create. So my new tablet does have a nice pressure sensitivity. It's a little bit bigger also, and one of the nice things is I like Wacoms, and I don't have anything against Wacom tablets at all, but they are a tad expensive, more expensive from the Huion one that I have. The only drawbacks to my Huion tablet, I believe, are the fact that you do have to charge the pen every once in a while. The pen will run out of charge, and you do have to recharge it, but I really have not found that too much trouble at all to do. You just plug it right into the computer to recharge it, and so it doesn't really bother me much. I'm running out of things to talk about at the moment, so I hope you all enjoyed hearing me talk a little bit about my art and the tools I use to create it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate any likes and subs and comments that I get. It really does help motivate me to keep creating videos and keep creating art in general. If you like my art, feel free to check out my other online locations. I have a Deviant Art Gallery, and recently I opened up a Patreon page. If you decide to support me on Patreon, you can get a little bit of extra art content. I have some coloring pages on there that you can download. There's sneak peeks of things before I post them anywhere else. And just a little bit of extra art content in general. If I get more supporters, I plan to add more and more to that Patreon page. But at the moment, it's still a little bit in development. I also have this design available for purchase on t-shirts. I put it up on my Neato shop, which I will also post a link to below. And I think that's it for today. Thanks again, and I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you liked this video. I'll see you all later, and hopefully I'll do some more voiceover videos in the future if you like this. Bye everyone.